Hello and welcome to today's update on the one patch method. I'll update you with how it's going, and it has been a difficult few days. I did have one day where I went 24 hours without. I think I mentioned that in the past, but that's long forgotten now, almost long forgotten, because I've been smoking quite a bit. And I've been putting on the patches, and I've just been tired and busy and getting up early and getting up late. And when your sleep is bad, is not a good time to attempt to quit. I'm waiting for the stars to align so that I can get this one patch method quit properly in progress. Now, we've missed October now, it's November now, so you can't have October until 2023. But the next big date that most people will be thinking of quitting on is, of course, the 1st of January. So in the back of my mind, I'm preparing for that. But of course, if I can quit earlier, that's just a bonus. And I should quit earlier. If you think about what's the right thing to do, it's have no more cigarettes. It's very simple, but then in practice, it's easier said than done. So anyway, I've just had a cigarette. I've got my papers here. I'm going to put one for the 1 hour mark. So I'm saving one paper. And I'm going to cut up the rest of the papers. So I'll give this a good go this time, and I'll try to anyway. You can only quit in the moment. You can only do it one step at a time. So here comes the patch. I'm not going to go crazy with my code. Don't worry. I'm just preparing the patch area. So I cut open the patch using the scissors. I think I mentioned in the past, scissors in Polish is nożyczki or something like that. Nożyczki. So yeah, that's the fact of the day. So I've been putting them on my right arm because I had a COVID jab in my left arm. I do believe in vaccines. I believe they're helpful to the individual, and I'm not sure about to society. I believe that the vaccine helped me. I know that sounds very selfish. Most people do believe that having the vaccine is good for society in general. I believe that I'm not having the flu vaccination because I believe that people should build up immunity. I do believe in a sort of herd immunity where if one person overcomes the virus, then it helps people around him as well, him or her. So it's all a bit complicated. I'm not very good at biology. It's not my strong point. I'm not a complete beginner either. I've got a basic understanding. I'm not very good at biology, but I want to improve that. Who needs cigarettes when you've got lemonade? And who needs lemonade when you've got water? Water and lemonade are very fine drinks indeed. I've been off the alcohol for a good 2 or 3 years now. I've got some biscuits. I probably shouldn't have a biscuit while I'm recording because it takes up a bit of time. I think in radio they call it dead air. Now, one of the hardest things when you're quitting is to think of it as a quit forever, and that's just never the case anyway. Any or woman in the world who's quit smoking could potentially go back to smoking. They might say, I know I'm never going to, and that's fair enough. they're at a point where they believe that they don't want to smoke. They know they will never want to go back to it. That would be nice. I think the goal is either that or to just forget about smoking. But like I said, it's not about goals, it's about the journey. I'm still young, I'm 39. I hope to be smoke free and alcohol free and caffeine free by 40. And I hope to be doing exercise every day as well, even if it's just a little bit. But I hope to be going to the gym a few times a week. My 40s, hopefully, if I just hope so, they're going to be better for my physical health than my 30s and 20s were, because I'm a fat lump. I'm very fat. I've got tennis on my tablet down here. It's Caroline Garcia and it's Maria Sakkari. I can't pronounce either of the names properly. I'm not good with Greek. I've done French in school, so I think Caroline Garcia. It might be Garcia because I think it's a Spanish surname, but pronounced in the French way because she is French. So I don't know. I'll have to ask her one day. If I ever meet Caroline Garcia, I'll ask her how to say her name, and likewise for Maria Sakkari. But in this household, the favourite female tennis player is Iga Swiatek, who's playing tonight at 1 o'clock. She's the world number one. Used to be that Ashley Barty was the world number one, but she retired for some reason. Fair play. She had a few million under her belt to her name by the time she retired, so that's her choice. Maybe it's not that much fun being a professional tennis player in the modern day. And there was a video today of Novak Djokovic getting a very suspicious looking drinks bottle from a member of the crowd. I'm going to burp, excuse me. Oh, I do apologise. It's all this 7 Up. So, anyway, the one patch method. Have I put the patch on? Yes, I have. My memory's going. So, I've got the patch on now. With the one patch method, you can put a pat. You can put. You can. You can smoke within the first hour and a half, 2 hours after putting the patch on. Don't go crazy, but just have one or two, because with the patch on, you feel like you're not getting as much of a hit from it. So that trains your brain to think that smoking is a bit pointless, which is the way that varenicline works. Because with varenicline, the tablets you can take, uh, you can smoke as much as you want, really, but it just absolutely does nothing. And I didn't like that myself. I didn't. Maybe if I try in the future, I'll try again with varenicline. You can get varenicline from the doctor, I think, or maybe from the pharmacist, or from the pharmacist after seeing the doctor. I don't know. But I'm sticking with my one patch methods. Like I said, I'm waiting for the stars to align up. I need things to go my way, otherwise, my quit attempt will fail. If I can go through the first few 6 hours, within the first 6 hours, you do get a few cravings. So maybe it's just good if you're asleep during those cravings, or if you're busy, and maybe on I don't know, on a plane flight. Because with the patch, you won't be desperate for a cigarette on the plane flight. You won't be thinking about it all the time. You'll just get these all the time. You'll just get these mild cravings. Cravings are inevitable. And once you've had the patch on for 12 hours, it's likely that you're going to be looking at your morning routine. So you'll want to try very hard. If it's your first day without a cigarette in the morning, try very, very hard. It does get easier. It's not even that difficult. It's just a simple switch. Do you smoke, yes or no? And the answer is no, you don't. It's not that hard. You got the patch on. You just don't do it, and then I assure you, the next day it'll be a million times easier. I need to get out of the habit of seeing my quit attempts as triggers for smoking. So the morning routine is a trigger for smoking. For me, quit attempts are a trigger for smoking, which is ridiculous. I've got to a stage now where it's just ridiculous. But like I said, I just got to keep trying. It's always a new day, even though it seems like everything's just the same and boring. It's always new. It's always available for you to change your life, or even in small ways. And quitting smoking is really a small thing. It's not a major thing. It adds 10 years, 20 years to your life, yes. And it can be the biggest thing you've ever done. But it's, in the moment, it's not a major thing. It's just choosing to not smoke, particularly with the patch on. It doesn't have to be traumatic and terrible. Anyway, Caroline Garcia is winning 1-love in the second set. I'm going to roll my cigarette now. It makes it seem so precious when you've only got one left, and that's a mistake. I'm making mistakes, and I can see the mistakes I'm making. You don't want your cigarettes to seem precious. I'm saying this is the last one, but it's the last. I can't plan for the future, can I? I can't say the future Bill is not going to go to the petrol station and buy some more rolling papers tonight. I can't guarantee that. There's no way I can guarantee that until I actually go through it. So all you can do is say in the moment, I am either going to smoke or I'm not going to smoke. And if you're changing your habits, then the habit is to say I am going to smoke. Changing habits is a change. It's a gear shift, isn't it? It's like going into reverse when you're going forwards. You got to slow down, look at your surroundings. I don't know. I'm not sure where this analogy is going. Anyway, that's my plan for tonight. I'm going to watch a bit of tennis. I'm going to have some biscuits. I'm going to uh, maybe read a bit or play on the computer a bit. This is a good idea, I might make a cup of chamomile tea or whatever hot drink you have at night, or whatever drink you have at night, if it's a cold drink or a hot drink. I might make that and take it outside because most of us tend to smoke outside. Or if you don't smoke outside, just have your cold drink or your hot drink instead of your cigarettes. It's like a little replacement. I don't know. I've gone on for far too long now, so thank you for watching. Goodbye.